only way to win at life. I never miss, that's facts. Taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat. Put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag. Cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light. Ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel. I took a red pill, I know life's short, so I wanna live real. But how's it supposed to feel?
I can't hear you. You're muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you were muted.
I don't think I was muted. Something up with the, I don't like the video kind of glitched on my end. Hopefully it's not a sign of things to come. No glitches today. Just good picks today, Terry.
That's right.
That's what we're hoping for anyway on this particular day. So last night we had a little bit of time with Hall of Fame jockey Mike Smith. Terry, seemed like a lot of people enjoyed that show. Did you take a look and see?
I did, and he's really he's really right out there. He tells you how he feels about things, and he was very appreciative that we actually asked him to be on the show. And yeah, there were a lot of questions and a lot of good questions too. So
yeah, it was a good time, a good show. He talked a little bit about his ride Thabia, I think. Yeah, Thaba, whatever. Yeah. However it's pronounced, he was unsure. He just knows that it meant really good. So he gave us some insights on there. I asked a question yesterday, and he was pretty frank about it when I asked him how hard did he have to work to beat Messier in that race.
Yeah.
To Santa Anita Derby, and he said he had to work. So his horse is lightly raced. It's going to be at the Kentucky Derby. Mike's got a mount today, at least one mount today. He's got one mount on Friday. So make sure if you haven't, you take a look at that show right here on Horse Racing Radar TV on YouTube. While you're here, if you haven't done so, please hit the subscribe button. Also, a thumbs up on Facebook and on YouTube because it helps us with their algorithms, Terry.
That's right. Yep.
You ready for today shouldn't be as sloppy as it was yesterday, but maybe still a little remnants of some water in the track. But just to give you an idea how yesterday played out, I'm looking here at the races and the sprints, the sprint routes, the sprint races was the opportunity for maybe to come off the pace a little bit. On the routes, 4 of the 5 routes went wire to wire, with the other one, the horse breaking second as a co-pilot. So absolutely a speed bias yesterday at Churchill Downs. Let's see if that plays out again today.
All right. Sounds good to me.
Good morning, Julia. How are you today? Nice to thank you for Julie. I'm sorry. You have to forgive me. My eyes are bad. So, sometimes that's why you see me whenever I bring up a comment, I lean in because I have to see what it says. I think I got to get those reading glasses there.
You need to. Yeah, I have them. So
yeah, but you're not wearing them either.
No, because it just depends. If the writing's really small, I got to wear them. If it's not, I can see pretty well.
All right. So here we get going. On Churchill Downs, race number 1 today. This one is I hear myself echoing in my ear. That's always great. 7 furlong maiden claiming $10,000 race. So it's a good shot as any place, Terry, to go ahead and take a crack at your long shot on the day. This one is a purse of $30,000 for maidens, fillies, and mares 3 years old and up. And just a quick look at how the races have been won at 7 furlongs, at least at the last meet. There were 45 of them, 27 won by speed, 8 of which went wire to wire. Terry, post positions are mostly fair. I'm going to start out with a horse you don't have as my long shot. Number 4, Roses for Ashley. It's a maiden claiming $10,000, so why not go for a price? But this horse is getting between a 7 and 13-pound weight break relative to the rest of the field. And it's the only horse dropping, as I call the Tom Carley drop, from maiden special weight into the claiming ranks. It's getting first-time Lasix and has a decent workout on April 19th. And I did notice yesterday a couple horses carrying a little bit lighter weight ended up doing pretty well. So you don't like the 4. You like everything but the 4. Tell us why you like everything but the 4.
Well, I like in the first race here it's the gals, and I like number 1, Hannah's Haven. She is dropping in class, and the trainer wins 21% of the time when he uses Lasix for the second time. And Smokin' Joe Talamo is in the irons, and she also has a good 5 furlong workout on April 24th, 1 minute and 1, breezing 7th at 32. And then I like number 6, Psychologic Psychologics.
Psychologics. Yeah, it's probably a different way to spell psychological, I guess.
That's right. Well, she finished third versus similar in her last race. She has the highest last race speed rating, and her best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters. And then number 7 is my third pick. I'm styling.
You are, Terry, always.
Yeah, I know. I always am.
Especially you got that nice number 3 on. I had mine on yesterday. I'm a little cool down here. Chicago can't warm up.
Oh, really? It's cold, huh? It's getting warmer.
May 4th or whatever, and it's like 40 degrees outside and misting. Horrible.
So last night it didn't get down any lower than 69 in our house.
Yeah, you be quiet.
Okay, she finished she finished 8th in her last race after a bobble at the start. Now she drops in class and returns to Churchill Downs, where she had a second last year while competing there. And then I like my 4th pick, number 2, Son of a Door. She has early speed, drops in class today. The trainer wins 20% of the races in the second race after a layoff. And this one may improve with blinkers being added today.
Terry, are you hearing that too?
No.
What in the hell is going on in my ears? I hear like a it's really strange. You're listening. Can you hear that?
Yeah, I did.
Are you hearing that in yours too or not?
Yeah, I just heard it. Yeah.
I mean, are you hearing it in your headphones too or not?
No, I don't think so. I think it's when you...
I don't know what the hell that is. Anyway, it's going to be annoying for the finally stopped. Thank God. All right. Anyway, just to all right. That really messed me up. All right. So I told you I like roses for Ashley as my first choice. Psychologist, I guess. Top last race speed figure. Limited resume, says the horse. Probably going to be better in the third start off the break. Last was good enough, but hopefully not good enough to beat my long shot. Number 7, the Terry horse. I'm styling, dropping in class. Does have some Churchill Downs experience. Not much, but the experience that it has is the best numbers any of these horses put up at Churchill. Number 1, Hannes Haven, dropping 2 classes. It's a 27% angle for trainer Dale Romans. Second off the break, which has been a questionable history for that horse. Race number 2, Terry, is a 5 furlongs maiden, $120,000 race, purse of $120,000 for maidens that are 2 years old. Pretty straightforward here, Terry. They don't run very many at 5 furlongs, so there's really not much data there. There was 2 races, 100% of them were won by speed. 1 went wire to wire, 1 won from the rail, 1 from posts 2 or 3. So this is anybody's guess, Terry.
That's true. Yeah, it's a bunch of babies. I like number 1A. It's my top pick, Ever a Rebel. He's got a sire who wins 50% of the time with first-time starters. Mm-hmm. And his dam has one winner from 3 starters, and that one winner was a stakes winner. And he has a trainer-jockey combination in the last 14 days who finished in the money 7 out of 10 times, winning 4 of those races. Number 7 is my second choice, Moe's Treasure. He closed to finish 3rd in his debut race at 4.5 furlongs, and now he stretches out to 5 furlongs, which is what he might need. And then I like number 3, Bling, Bling, Bling.
Something you usually have on.
No, I was going to say that about you. You just beat me to the punch there. Anyway, first-time starter. His dam has 2 winners from 2 starters. The breeding suits today's sprint distance. The jockey in the last 7 days has won 4 out of 14 races, and he has a sharp workout on April 28th. And then number 5, Book of Kells. First-time starter also. Dam has 1 winner from 2 starters and 1 stakes winner, and breeding suits today's sprint.
I'm going to start off with the Bling, 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 Terry. Does have the best workouts of the first-time starters. Number 1A, was that classical? Is that the one, or is that classical? I see 1A is classical. I just wanted to make sure I had that right because I know the other entry scratched in there. Yeah. So Wesley Ward horse hits at 30% with first-time starters. Talking with Chantel, she said those Wesley Ward horses really come out with a thrust out of the gate. The works were okay for the horse. Not fantastic. That's why I went with the 3 over to 1A. Number 8. So I'm going to go straight Jared the rest of the way here, Terry, with number 2, Two of a Kind. And number 8, Cigarette Boat. This one looks like of the first-time starters with that's at a possible price. Does get the rail and has some pretty good workouts. I'm par with the 1A, with the classical, maybe even a little bit better. And then number 8, Cigarette Boat, is a $100,000 horse and has slightly better pedigrees numbers than the rest in the field, but not by a whole lot. Workouts are okay there as well. So I'm hoping on the back end of here to catch a little bit of price with these first-time starters. And we've seen that so many times, Terry. These first-time starters come out and hit at a price, especially against other first-time starters. That's how Jared caught that 30-1 shot.
That's right.
Race number 3 is a 6 furlong, claiming $20,000, 3 years old and up, that have never won 3 races or 3 years old. 6 furlongs they have run last meet, 85 races, so decent data set there. 58 of which were won by speed. 22 took them from gate to wire. Really not much of a post position difference. We have the same 3 first horses in order.
That's right. Good. Like minds think alike, I guess, or good minds do.
Great minds, Terry. Great minds.
That's the thing. Yeah. Number 4, Yes Sir Roberts, my first pick. He ran second versus similar in his last race. Has a trainer who wins 22% of the time in claiming races, and he has a decent workout. Now I like number 2, Majestic West. He drops in class today, has a trainer who wins 17% of the time in claiming races, and his best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters. And then number 1, Westward Look. He has speed and has been running in 1 mile races, fading at the end. So now he cuts back to 6 furlongs, which will help, and returning to dirt also may help. And then I like number 5 as my 4th pick, Inicus. He has won 2 races in a row, going for a hat trip. The trainer wins 22% of the races after a 40 to 60 day break. And he has a good workout on April 24th, 15 best out of 58 workouts.
Yes, Sir Robert takes the top spot of my picks. Just missed last time out, Terry, and did so with better fractions at 6.5 furlongs than he did at 6 furlongs. Additionally, showed some better mid-move and late interest in the race last time out too, and that was the first time that Raylu Gutierrez was on board, and Raylu rides again here. So hopefully you'll see a similar performance and make up that little bit today. Number 2, Majestic West, has the second best Churchill Downs numbers by a little bit behind the top pick there. Yes, Sir Robert. Dropping in class, and this horse does have some of the best late giddy up and go. 1, Westward Look, has some early pace numbers on turf. Tends to fade a little bit under pressure, but if he can hold the lead into the stretch, he'll have a chance to pull off an upset. And finally, number 6, ZU at the races, 4 consecutive speed figure increases, getting better from race to race. And in its last race was better from the beginning into the middle to the end of the race, and also showed some better fractions in that effort as well. Race number 4, Terry, is a 6 furlong maiden claiming $50,000, $58,000 purse for 3-year-old maidens and up. 6 furlongs, as I mentioned, you got to have a little bit of speed. Early post position doesn't really seem to make much of a difference. This is, so I go with my, we're in race 4. Yeah, this is my best bet of the day, Terry, after going me and the maidens in my best bets in my long shots.
Yeah.
Number 7 here, Edge of Glory, does have the top last race speed figure. Did show much better early numbers in the first half of the last race. Taking that Tom Carley drop from $100,000 maiden special weight to the $50,000 maiden claiming, that should be enough for Edge of Glory to get some glory today.
Sounds good to me. Well, I like number 1, Jonah's Dream, as my first pick. He's a first-time starter. His dam has 2 winners from 3 starters, and one of those was a stakes winner. The trainer-jockey combination the last 14 days have been in the money 8 out of 11 times, winning 3 of those races. And he has a bullet workout on April 26th of 1 minute and 2 breezing, best of 13. Then I like number 7 as my second pick, Edge of Glory. He drops
Should be your first pick, Terry.
We'll see. He drops in class today after getting the highest last race speed rating, and he has the highest prime number in the race of the horses that have raced. And then I like number 2 as my third pick, Smarty John. He has the trainer that has won 25% of the races when going from maiden to maiden claiming, and he has the best dirt speed among today's starters, and the trainer in the last 14 days have been in the money 5 out of 8 times, winning 3 of those. Then number 6 is my 4th pick, Bernie Lomax. Should improve while returning to the dirt. He has a trainer who wins 17% of the races when he goes from turf to dirt, and the shorter distance will certainly help. He has a good 4 furlong workout of 47.4, breezing best, 7th best out of 30.
Yeah, number 2, I told you, I mentioned that 7, Edge Gloria, is my best bet of the day. And number 6, Bernie Lomax. I think this one's could be sitting on a good race there. He's got some good back class. Hasn't run since March to 27, so I've been on the sidelines for a little while. But as you mentioned, does have some good workouts and did show some glimmer of hope in its last race. So I'm hoping that Bernie Lomax can return to some of that back class here. And there were some signs that it might in its last race. Jonas's Dream, first-time starter. Really, I don't think it has a whole lot to beat in here, Terry, beyond the top couple of picks. So why not throw the first-time starter in there and see what he can bring to the table? Number 4, Right of Rush. Decent debut. Speed number moves up in class here, Terry. Had a really fast workout last time out. 3 furlongs in 35 and 2.
Yeah, that's good.
That was the fastest of 25. And, as I mentioned, looking back at yesterday, speed dominated the track yesterday. So if Right of Rush can get out of the gate in a hurry and shows that 35 and 2 speed, maybe that horse can take them from wire to wire in here. Race number El Cinco is 1.1 miles on the turf, and they are going to run on the turf today, Terry. And surprisingly, it's listed as firm. This one's a maiden special weight, $120,000, $120,000 purse for maidens, fillies, and mares 3 years old and up. And this one, Terry, I'm just getting all my good stuff out of the way today, is my box it up.
Yep.
And that's where we take 4 horses, put them together in a $1 exacta box, 50-cent trifecta box, and 10-cent superfecta box. Although I have the 5 as my top choice, we actually want them to come in the order of highest odds to lowest odds so that we get the biggest bang for our buck, so to speak. 1.1 miles on the turf. They haven't run very many of them, so not much data to look at. But Al Kahira did run the top last race speed figure for that number 5 last time out. I'm expecting it to be better in round number 2 off the bench, where he is 2 races and 2 seconds. Curiously, the 9 horse gets that second spot in here. This one will be closing with some of the strongest late numbers in this group. Pure Country, I expect it to be, it's going to be way in the back, right behind the number 9. But they're going to be flying late. But Pure Country might move a little bit more forward today than it has been in some of its previous races. There is a bullet work out there on April the 28th, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him get out of the gates a little bit faster than normal here. And then finally, number 12, Amen Set, does have the top early pace numbers in this field and does also have a little bit of late pace as well. So if speed holds up today like it did yesterday, maybe Amoset can pull off the upset. And I just had to put him in there as well. Maybe a little bit of an omen in there, so to speak, Terry, some goodwill. But Mike Smith is the jockey here. He was our guest last night. So, yes, I would feel horrible if I had a Mike Smith horse that didn't win after he was our guest.
Yeah, that'd be bad, I'll tell you that.
That would be something.
Well, I start out with one you don't even have in your box up.
I'm a smart guy. What can I say? Great minds think by themselves.
That's right. Well, that was a good one. My top pick's number 7, English Treasure, which is going to actually ruin your box up. But he has finished in the money in 3 out of 3 career races. He has a trainer who wins 18% of the races when he brings a horse back after being off 90 days. Plus, and a good 4 furlong workout on April 27th. And then I like number 5, Al Kahira, yeah. He has a lot of early speed, and if he gets a good break, he could lead all the way. He has finished in the money 3 out of 4 career races, earning the highest last speed rating, and the trainer in the last 14 days has won 5 out of 11 starts. Number 9 is my third to pick, curiously. He finished 3rd versus similar in the last race, only missing by half the length, and his best turf speed is fastest than the average winning speed. And then number 8 is my 4th pick, Fitz the Jill. His breeding suggests he'll like the grass. The dam has one winner from 2 starters, and one of those winners was a turf winner, and he has several good workouts in a row.
Maybe those workouts will bring him into your, well, he won't be in your hot dog pick 4 or my hot dog pick 4, Terry. Hopefully your 7 doesn't screw up my box it up and screw up my hot dog pick 4.
Yeah.
So we both went the 3-2-2-3 today. Rare that we kind of both go in the same direction on our hot dog pick 4s, but let's see. We can 2 ways we can win the first race. We agree mostly on that middle. You're going to put your hopes on that first time starter in race number 4 with that 1, and then that 7 who you think is going to upset the my box it up and my pick 4 is going to be beaten by my 1, which is going to really just devastate you across the board.
All right, we'll see what happens.
So we get a little bit of a reprieve here in race number 6. That takes us, it's not a race of death. There's no box it up, no long shot, none of that in there. But before we get off to that, tonight we're going to have a special guest on our show. Last night we had on, I see what that was. Now I know what that was.
Now you know?
Yeah, actually someone tried to call into the show. That's what that bring was.
Well, they tried to call.
Yes. I don't know how that works exactly, but they were trying to call in. I was just like, what is that?
Wow.
Anyway, next time I hear that, I will know someone's trying to call in. All right. Anyway. So tonight on our show at 8:00 Eastern, we will have on the jockey who's riding Crown Pride, and that is Christophe Lemari. He's coming in from France. He's going to be our guest tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern on Horse Center. If indeed you want to ask Christophe a question like we asked Mike Smith last night, make sure you're with us. The best way to do that is to hit the subscribe button, and then here while you're on YouTube, hit the bell so when we go live, you'll know. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Horse Race Today. Our Swiss Army Sean, the king of social media, will make sure that you are notified when we're about to go live. That should be a fun show, Terry. I'm looking forward to I know he's been like on fire over in Europe.
Yeah.
I think he was winning at like 40% the last couple of weeks, just tearing it up, right?
Yeah, he's been doing really well. So
Mr. Loki says the 9th race at Churchill Downs, Millennial Moon, is his only play at Churchill today. Mr. Loki from the Marvel fame. Good to see you. How's your brother Thor doing? Right? He's Thor's stepbrother.
Maybe.
I think he is, yes. All the Marvel people out there are going to deluge us now if I'm wrong, Terry, but I don't think that I am. Race number 6 is 6 furlongs, Terry. That is a claiming $50,000 for 3-year-olds and up with a purse of $66,000. Horses that have never won 2 races. Let me pull up our picks again, Terry. What do you guys have in race number 1 at Churchill? So here you go. You can see our full picks. Thank you for the cue.
There
We have my long shot of the day. Terry doesn't even have it in there. And then my best bet. Well, Terry does have it. And then in any case, Terry, take us through your picks in race 6.
All right. I like number 2, Silk Trade, as my first choice. He ran second, missing by a head in his only start after having trouble during the race and earning the highest last speed rating. He has a decent workout on April 27th of 101.4, breezing, 4th best of 10. Then I like number 3 as my second pick, Kiss a Lot, which is what my honey bunny does with me. He has finished in the money in 3 out of 4 races this year, and his best start speed is close to the average winning speed. Then I like number 7 is my third pick, Mr. Sippy. He drops in class today, and his best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters. And then I like number 1A, Money Mike. He has finished in the money in 2 out of 2 races, winning one of the races, and the trainer wins 18% of the races in sprints, and he can handle this distance.
So you want to know why I like the 4-horse in race number 1? You like the 6, 7? Well, the reason I like the 4-horse, just to kind of recap, Caden, is a long shot. So taking a little bit of a shot in this maiden claiming $10,000 race, which those races we find that's where you can catch a good price. But the horse is carrying anywhere between 7 to 13 pounds less than anybody else, does have some decent early pace to it as well, and is the only one that's dropping from the maiden special weight. So you have quite a few things working to its favor. We'll see if that first-time Lasix with early pace can hold out, and then if that weight break is enough to get the horse to the finish line. I mean, he could just as easily finish 5th, but it's a calculated risk. That's why they call it gambling, as our friend on Thursday, Matt Dinnerman, right, told us.
Yeah, he likes the way I like it, 167. So,
well, great minds think alike.
That's right.
It's the theme for the day today. So number 7 for me is my top choice in race number 6, Mr. Sippy. First time gelded. Sometimes that works. Sometimes it doesn't. But we know one thing. He's going to run angry, Terry, for sure.
Yeah.
The horse is dropping in class. Been off since the middle of September, but does have 15 good workouts. And each workout was a little bit better than the previous one. So I like to see that trend heading into this race. Number 2, Silk Trade did run the top last race speed figure, Terry, but that was at Hawthorne. So you're going to get a track upgrade here. But the good news here is this horse did improve his speed figure in every single race. I like Money Mike, was our guest last night. Good reason to have Money Mike here in the 3rd spot. And then finally, number 4, Fair-Haired Boy, one that's dropping in class and typically gets a little bit better in the second start off the bench. It is the second start with trainer Kenneth McPeak, who in 12 tries with horses making their second start for him has won 4 of them. So quick math says that's 25%. Race number 7 is a 6 furlong allowance, $127,000 race. This is where we're getting into the big money, Terry. We're getting into your zip code now. This one's for 3-year-olds and up, which have never won a race other than maiden, claiming, or starter, or which have never won 2 races. This is your box it up. Carry us through why you put these 4 horses in an exacta box, trifecta box, and superfecta box.
Well, I like the number 6 is my first pick, Bag Boss. He has finished in the money in 6 out of 6 career races, finished in second versus similar in the last race, and he has the highest last race speed rating. And the trainer wins 17% of the races in sprint races. His best start speed is fastest among today's starters. He's actually tied with another horse. And the jockey in the last 7 days has been in the money 15 times, winning 6 out of 24. Number 5 is my second choice, Michael Milliken.
The junk bond trader.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He has finished in the money in 5 out of 5 career races, finished in third versus similar in his last race. And this trainer has wins 18% of the time when he comes to the third race off of a layoff. The best dirt speed is the fastest among today's starters. He's actually tied with Bag Boss. And then number 7, Smokin' Willie. He won his last race at Oaklawn. And the jockey Joel Rosario in the last 14 days has won 4 out of 14 races. And then I like number 1, and excuse this, but Spites per...
Yeah, just something. Spites apostrophe something.
Yes. He came in from Dubai and won his first race in the USA, and then the next 2 were mediocre. He now has had a bullet workout on April 28th, best of 9, and it was 59-1 breezing, which may means that he's back on track, plus the trainer adds blinkers.
All right, well, he's back on track. Let's see if I can get back on track. The last couple of days, the first half of the card for me went really well, and then the wheel started wobbling in the middle races. So let's try to keep the horse straight down the path today. So I like number 6 too, Terry, Bag Boss. In fact, I like the 6, the 5, the 7, just like you do, the top 3. Did show that it had the best race effort last time out, as measured by speed figure. Was better across the board, so it did run better 2 furlong, 4 furlong, and late pace numbers than it did in the previous race. And then it built on that performance by putting in a bullet workout. Loves himself some Churchill Downs, ran there twice with a win and a second. In the money overall with 6 races, a win, 4 seconds, and a third. So maybe a chance that the horse hangs a little bit. Done it twice at the distance at the end. Milliken, the 5 horse, did run some better numbers last time out, which is not surprising because he's increased his speed figure 3 races in a row. The thing that concerns me here a little bit has been the heavy favorite 3 consecutive races. So maybe one that's not living up to its talent so far. Maybe today's the day you can find the key. Number 7, Smokin' Willie, won his last, improving with first-time Lasix, and trainer Stephen Asmussen does a little bit better, even with second-time Lasix, going off at 22% win rate, and does have a little bit of nice workouts in between races. Burden Hunk of Love is the my next horse. He is the flips from turf to dirt. This one is a 22% angle for trainer Albert Stahl Jr. I'm glad I didn't have that long S-word horse that you had, Terry.
Yeah, that's the reason for left it out. I don't know. Then it would have won.
I didn't want to even try to pronounce it, maybe, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So race 8 is the St. Matthews Overnight Stakes, Terry. This one is 6 furlongs. Again, 6 furlongs is one where you have to have a little bit speed. The post position doesn't really matter, and it is your best bet of the day.
It is. Number 6 is my best bet, is my first pick, Two-Lane Trist. He has won 2 out of the last 3 races, finishing second versus Tougher in the last race and drops in class today. He has the highest last speed rating, tied with another horse, and a good 4 furlong workout of 47.4 breezing, third best out of 58. And I like number 4 as my second pick, Top Gunner. He has finished in the money in the last 6 races, winning 2 of those races. He likes the distance, and he's won winning 4 out of 11 races at the distance. Then I like number 3, Bango. He finished 4th in his last race, only losing by 4 lengths, and has won 3 out of the last 5 races. And then I like number 5, Sir Alfred James. He should improve while returning to dirt. The trainer wins 18% of the time in sprints, and he has the highest speed figure at today's distance, and his best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters.
Yeah, Charles, you mentioned yesterday that 6 horse blew up all the tickets for sure. And you're talking about the bias at the beginning of the show. We mentioned how 4 out of the 5 races yesterday that were routes were won by sprinters. They went wire to wire. So I put a little bit more emphasis today on the horses with early pace too. See if maybe that can pan out as well. For me in race number 8, right, Terry?
That's right.
So race number 8, I agree with you. I like the Two-Lane Twist as my top choice. Does like Churchill with a win and a second in 2 tries. Loves the distance as well. Ran at it 5 times, 3 wins, 2 seconds. Did tie for the best speed figure last out. And after doing that, going to drop a little bit in class here. And this horse has had a trio of muscular workouts the last couple of times out on the practice track there. Number 3, Bango, is a horse for the course. Has 6 wins in 11 races at Churchill Downs. And he's tried another track 10 times elsewhere, and he's won just 2. Top Gunner has 7 high-quality races in the last 8 outings. Like to see a consistent performer like that. Really strong uptick last time out in its first half-mile number. So that was a really impressive improvement. Sir Alfred James, the 5 horse. We've talked about this horse a few times before. I think that's the Batman's butler, right?
Yeah.
Sir Alfred James, I think so. This is another one that's pretty much a horse for the course. Ran at Churchill Downs, the Louisville track. 9 times, taking home the top prize in 5, finishing 3rd, 2 other efforts. Put him anywhere else. Not a bad horse, just not as good as it's been at Churchill. Other tracks ran 16 times, 4 wins, 4 seconds, and 2 thirds. And that is your best bet of the day, Terry, at Churchill Downs. But you also have a best bet today for us at Thistledowns for the 2nd day in a row. How did your Thistledowns pick do yesterday?
Well, yesterday my first choice actually ran 3rd, but my second choice won the race again. Like I said, I got second choice itis. I should be changing those. It won and paid $6, $2.80 and $2.10, and my third choice ran 2nd, so I hit the exacta for $5.60 and the try for $9.10. So today I like Thistledown again, the 4th race, and I like the number 1 horse, the Chrome We Know. He has improved his speed rating in each of the last 3 races, winning the last race. He has a good jockey in the irons who knows just how to ride him. And then I like number 4 as my second pick, Califani or whatever. He has won 2 out of the last 4 races and has finished in the money in 6 out of the 8 races at Thistledown, winning 3 of those contests. And then I like number 3 as my third pick, Tartan the Bull. He likes Thistledown, finishing in the money 50% of the time and winning 25% of those starts. And the distance today will not be a problem.
Not be a problem at all. So every single day, Terry, over at horseracingtoday.net, so remember it's .net, not .com, puts up his best bet of the day, and he usually does pretty well. He'll update us on his numbers for the month of May as we get a little bit deeper in. So make sure you head on over there every day for Terry's Best Bet. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's what every day means.
That's right.
All right. So next up, you have the Churchill, always putting out a good product and a great card. Yeah, you got to like Churchill Downs like that. I like that. It's a good track. And a lot of times, too, you can catch some nice prices there, too. So it's not always chalky. Yeah. Race number 9, Terry, as we move through the card, is the William Walker Stakes, $200,000, 5.5 furlongs, where they will be running on the turf. You have your long shot here. So you're going box, best bet, long shot. This long shot, the 7 horse, I think, is a 15-1 morning line.
He is, and I don't believe he's going to stay at that. But he won his debut race at the fairgrounds. That winner, the trainer wins 24% of the races in the next race after a horse's maiden win. And he has a really good workout at Churchill Downs of 49.4 breezing, 4th best at 10. Then I like as my second pick, number 5, Big Invasion. He has won 2 races in a row and going for a hat trip now in this race, and earned the highest last speed rating. His trainer wins 22% of the races in sprints, and his best start speed is fastest among today's starters. The jockey in the last 7 days has won 4 out of 14, and he's got a bullet workout on April 24th. Then I like number 9 as my third pick, Lucy. He has finished in the money in 3 of 4 career races, finishing second versus similar in his last race. Then my 4th pick is number 2, Candy Landing. He won his last race at the fairgrounds, and the trainer wins 18% of the races in non-graded stakes.
Well, I have another horse, Terry, on my sheet that you don't have.
Yep.
Number 4, Asymmetric. This horse over in England ran on a good surface 3 times and had really good efforts in 2 of them and faced some really stiff competition last time out. Has some pretty good workouts since coming to the United States. So sometimes they need a race here, but if this one doesn't need a race, to me, it looks like it's probably the class of the field. Number 7, your long shot, my second choice, Sully. It was impressive in that debut with a really strong start. Nice mid-move, was decently bet, and today gets an upgrade to one of the best jockeys in the country in Flavian Pratt. Mm-hmm. Number 9, Lucci. I think this one should be close to the front. Better in the second, start off a layoff for trainer Wesley Ward. And Wesley wins at 30% when his horses make a second trip around the track following some time in the barn. And then number 8 is another one that's making its debut coming in from England that did win last time out on a all-weather track. It seems to me that maybe the horse might prefer a little bit softer footing, but sometimes when these horses hit the firmer footing in the U.S., those afterburners come on and they do really well. And they're becoming hard at the end because those foreign horses, those European horses, particularly the French and the English horses, always seem to have a great late kick. Last race on the card today, Terry, is race number 10. It's a maiden claiming $75,000 at 1 mile and a 16th for maidens and fillies that are 3 years old and up. It's the first race at 1 mile and a 16th today. As I mentioned yesterday, 4 out of 5 of the races went wire to wire. With the other one, the winner was the co-pilot around the track. So speed might play again today. Charles thinks if the track dries out, it might be a little bit fairer. Terry, we like the 3, the 9, and the 8. We just differ on the 1 at the end.
That's right. I like number 3, Butterbean, as my first pick. She has finished in the money in 3 out of 4 career races, getting the highest last speed rating, and her best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters. Then I like number 9 as my second pick, Opening Night. She finished 7th after breaking out at the start and going wide in the turns. She has a jockey who in the last 7 days has a record of 14 starts and 7 in the money, 4 wins. And a good 4 furlong workout, 47, 4 breezing, 8th best of 58th. And then number 8 is my third pick, by Zaintine. She finished 3rd on an all-weather track in the last race, and her trainer wins 26% of the time when going from maiden to maiden claiming. And then I like number 7, Lead Me. She finished 3rd in her only start, and the trainer wins 25% when he goes from a maiden to maiden claim races, and she can improve at this longer distance.
So we're about 3 minutes from race number 1 over at Churchill Downs, and Charles says he's going to Try to get a price with the 5-horse in race 1. He's 9-1 at the moment. I just checked and he was. He's going to go 5 all in all 5 all and all 5 in the exacta. So let's see how that works out for Charles. Gotta love Butterbeans. Absolutely. Yeah. You ever remember the boxer Butterbean?
Yes, I do. Yeah, he was a big guy. Yeah, it was fun to watch him.
It was a big dude for sure with a big bald head to go with it. But
It was.
I think one of the funniest things I've ever seen is in the movie Jackass when I think they're in Japan and they walk into a like a sports store, Johnny Knoxville and Butterbean, and they box, and Butterbean just wallops them. And the reaction from the people around was like, Google that one. I don't know if it's available on YouTube or not, but check that out and see what you'll ooh, it made me laugh. But I like some Butterbean in here too. Did have the top last race speed figure, 3 seconds in 4 races, and those are his first 3. Did show some better early pace numbers last time out and has the best late kick in the bunch. Number 9, opening night, best race of 5. The 5 races that it had was over the Churchill course. This one has the Eddie C angle, had a bullet workout 2 back, followed it up by a maintenance workout, and now it's going to go to the track. Number 8, Byzantine was the favorite last time out. Trainer Rudolph Brissett does rebound at 23%. And here today we get an upgrade to, again, one of the top jockeys in the country, Flavian Pratt. Finally, number 1, just a Nyquist. The only bullet workout this horse has in its workout line was its first time it worked out on Churchill Downs track. Now, we had Mike Smith on last night, but I remember something Mike Smith told us a year ago before last year's Kentucky Derby, and that is pay attention to how horses train at Churchill, because how they train is how they typically run. So I'm hoping that the one horse here might be just a Nyquist, might just be a horse for the course, Terry.
American Racing.
What's that?
I just talking to my changer to get the Churchill race on.
All right. I don't know what was going on there.
I
So let's take a look at
I should have muted myself.
Yeah, probably confused me. Let's take a look at our prime ribs here. We both yours was $90, Terry. Now you tried to pay $6 too much, but you're going to go 2, 3, 5, 6. I'm going to go the traditional 3x4x4x4. Hopefully we can catch some nice prices in the mix there. I don't know, for whatever reason, I tend to do a little bit better with the hot dogs. Ended up hitting my hot dog twice yesterday thanks to a scratch. Again, real quick rundown of all of our picks today. Here is the full card. The hot dog pick 4, which is coming up in race number 2. Our box sit-ups. Terry's is race 7. Mine is race 5. Prime rib pick 4 is Terry. Voila. Let's take a look and see if this first race is about ready to get started over here at Churchill Downs. We got about a minute, right, before it gets started. Let's see. They are at the moment. No, they're out of the gates, Terry. And it looks to me like my 4 horse is on the lead. No, he's got the 2 to his inside, which is a 19-1 shot. The 1 is rushing up on the rail, decide he's seen enough of this slow pace. So you got the 1 on the inside at 3-2, the 4 to the outside with carrying a lot less weight. Let's see what's happening. The coming into the turn, really not much change. The 1 horse is on the lead. The 2 horses still galloping along in second. The jockeys all standing pretty much straight up and down. The 4 horse is starting to make its move on the 2 horse, but I think the 1 horse is going to win this race pretty easily.
All right.
That's what it looks like to me. Well, maybe not. There's somebody coming into the mix now. You have the 5 horse, which neither one of us have, aggressively moving up. And now the 6 horse is aggressively moving up. Looks to me like the 6 is going to take the spot, Terry. The 4 horse, my long shot, all the way to last place. Well, that's why it's gambling, right? So we have some other ones in here. So it's going to go 6, 1, and 2 in that opening leg.
Oh, good. I got the try then.
Yes, indeed.
How did the 7 finish? I'm just, mine's behind yours, so I don't know.
I don't know, but the 4 finished dead last, my long shot. Well, that didn't work out. But
sorry about that.
That's all right. That's gambling, my friend, right?
It is, yeah. Yeah.
All right. So, Terry, if you're going to be betting over at Thistledowns, where Terry has his best bet of the day, it's also our free track over at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. So make sure In the description here on YouTube, you will find the link to it. So please use that link. Head on over to Guaranteed Tip Sheet today, and you will see that Thistledowns is indeed the free track of the day. It's kind of muddy over there today. Race number 1, Charm of the City, is the best bet, or one of the 3 best bets that we have up for every single track. And while you're at horse racing today, do us a big favor. Click on HRT Gear. Pick yourself up a nice number 3 hat like Terry has. From now until Kentucky Derby Day, everything is 15% off. It's one way that you can help support the show.
It is. Yeah.
Any final thoughts before we get out of here today, Terry?
Well, yeah, I want people, if they really like what they see here, not to forget to subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Twitter at Horse Racing the number 2 Day. Like us on Facebook at Horse Racing the number 2 Day, and also Instagram. And then I hope everybody has a great week. I'm looking really forward to the Derby. I think it's going to be a really good Derby because it's so competitive looking. So just be good and tell your loved ones that you love them. So.
Indeed, for sure. Yeah, I'm looking forward to a good week too. Tomorrow night, Terry, myself, Sean, Tom, Eddie C, Chris Parmalu, and Jared will be on, and we'll all be fighting to get a word in on Jared. And we're going to do a Kentucky Derby, Kentucky Oaks double preview, so make sure you check that out. That will be at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Friday and Saturday, we're going to take off, enjoy the races. On Saturday, actually, going to go watch my son graduate from college, so that should be fun.
Yep.
And then again, tonight, we have the Jockey for Crown Pride. Make sure you check that out. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we should have our wagering guy, Terry, done. Hopefully today. We'll let you know more about that tomorrow when it's out for the Derby and for the Oaks, all the stakes races on Friday and Saturday. It's been a lot of work, but hopefully it pays off.
Yeah, I think it will. Yeah, looks good. So,
yeah, it did come 6-1-2.
6-1-2. Yeah,
absolutely.
Might try.
All right, that wraps it up for today. We hope that everybody has a fantastic hump day.
Yep.
Make sure you join us tonight. Like Terry said, subscribe, hit those thumbs up on Facebook and on YouTube. Help us with the algorithms. Again, pick up some nice 3 hat over at the HRT Gear. And then, as always, we hope your day, your picks, and everything that you do ends up in the
winner's circle.
Absolutely. Have a fantastic day. One last comment in here. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Charles. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. We absolutely want to thank Edith Del Carmen Valdez Mendez, Lionel T.M. Hook. We also want to thank Robert Bryan, Timothy the Great One, Sotelo, Mitri Bibi, April Walters, and Sadiq Marigna for giving us the thumbs up and the love on Facebook. We appreciate that. Let's practice your French tonight. Bonjour. Yes, indeed. Okay,
yes.
Maybe you can help us out with that.
Mr. Loki. Yeah, Mr. Loki. Comment allez-vous?
All right. Have a fantastic day, and we'll see you in the winner's circle. We'll see you tonight.